If you'll join with me, we'll rise and do a pledge and a prayer and kick the meeting off to order here. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Heavenly Father, we come to you this morning with county business. We pray that you just continue to give us wisdom and understanding and how to do business in a way that would just glorify and honor you. Help us to be good stewards of what you've entrusted to our care, dear Lord. Just thank you for the sunshine this morning and spring coming soon. Continue to give us your wisdom in all we do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Carrie.
Call the meeting to order here. Look for a motion for the signing or approval of claims and minutes.
So moved.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, next on our agenda is our Veteran of the Month. Daryl?
Okay, good morning. Good morning. Get the opportunity again to recognize a military veteran for the service that he has done for the county, for the nation, and for the United States Marine Corps. Dustin C. Mayer, resident of Kosciuszko County since the age of 13, was born on August 16, 1974 in Goshen, Indiana, to Karen and Larry. Moved to Goshen in 1989. Lived with his grandparents, Billy and Donna Mayer. Much of the time is spent with his uncle and his aunt, Douglas and Christy, along with the two sons. I suspect a lot of time with the sons. Dustin graduated in 1993 at Whitco High School. He enlisted in the United States Marine Corps in March of 1993 in Indianapolis, Indiana. His basic was conducted in San Diego, California, a long way from home, followed by the advanced military training in Camp Pendleton, California, then departed for additional schooling in Albany, Georgia, which we realize is the military for the Army is Fort Benning, Georgia. Later assigned to 3rd Battalion, 3rd Supply, 3rd Force Service Support Group at Camp Kistner in Okinawa, Japan. Already starting his career with visiting overseas. Great opportunities. Some of his duties were to load Navy ships and submarines for deployment. When he was not loading containers or counting inventories, he spent time in the base motor pool, using mechanical skills he learned from his family and friends growing up. While on active duty, Private First Class, Dustin received awards including the National Defense Ribbon, Good Conduct Medal, the Overseas Ribbon. Dustin was honorably discharged medically in March of 1995 from the Marine Corps after being injured in a stateside exercise from a fall, what was it, 200 feet, over 200 feet from a mountain during a major training exercise. Serving his country proudly, Dustin returned home to Pierceton, Indiana to follow in his grandfather's footsteps, becoming a certified Class A CDL milk hauler sampler, delivering milk from farms to various dairies. Becoming a father of two beautiful daughters, Cassandra and Brina, has been a blessing for him. Dustin was blessed with another miracle back in 2018 when he suffered a major heart attack. Thanks to his wife, Amy, being a nurse, she saw him and knew what to do immediately and saved his life. Dustin lives in Warsaw, Indiana, with his wife, loves to travel, spend time learning and seeing new places, going to car and coffee events, and helping others. Semper Fi. Let me introduce you to our Kosciuszko County Veteran of the Month, Dustin Mayer. Okay, with that, Kosciuszko County awards the Veteran of the Month, Dustin C. Mayer, in recognition of outstanding contribution to the mission of serving the people of the United States, the residents of Kosciuszko County, and honorable service as a member of the United States Marine Corps. Congratulations.
Anything you'd like to say?
I'll take two. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I can say. Sure. That's what you.
All right, name one.
Oh, okay. Good. Oh, thanks, Nicholas.
Do whatever you
Oh, okay.
got.
Well, thank you all very much. It's very appreciated. I wanted to include in my message that with Christ, all things are possible. Without Christ, nothing is possible. I support various organizations for the 22 and None. If anybody in here doesn't know, a veteran dies every day. 22 veterans die every day. They either take their life or they give up. I'm with Till Valhalla Project. If anybody's heard of Freedom Hill Coffee Roasters, they're out of Michigan. Great organizations to support, to help veterans realize that they have something to live for. So we get discouraged and get down, but there's things we can do in life to help each other out. I love our country very much. I love America. I love my county. That's always been good to me. You probably all know my family very well. My grandfather was at Dalton's and he was in the United Way. And my uncle was the Historical Society for the jail. And my Aunt Christy works right below at the assessor's office. So I got to behave myself. So, and Robert's known me my whole life since I was like 7. He's cut my hair. And now I don't have any to cut hardly anymore. So
Now it's profit, finally.
I just want to thank you all, and I really appreciate this. And fixing up my garage, I'm going to eventually get this on the garage wall. So just a blessing, and I thank everyone here. Thank you. I'm very thankful for my wife because she did save my life. I had a 4-main blockage in my heart. I have 4 stents now, so I'm living life a little different than I used to. So, but she knew what was going on, and doctors only said I had 20 minutes to make it, so it's pretty amazing. So. You guys, thank you and have a good day today. Enjoy the sunshine.
Okay, next on our agenda this morning is the Lakeland Regional Sewer District. Jim Haney, morning.
Good morning. Again, I'm Jim Haney. I'm the president of the Board of Trustees for Lakeland Regional Sewer District, and I'm here today to request that you reappoint both Park Smith and Mike DeWald to our board. Park joined the board in 2015, currently serves as our secretary. Mike's been on the board since 2011 and serves as our treasurer. Both these guys are just both past and in the future been instrumental in the success of the operation of the district, and really appreciate your consideration and support of both of these appointments.
Okay,
Answer any questions that you might have.
Jim, I would just like to, something off topic a little bit, just thank you for all your service. I remember when I was on the board for a while, years ago, and you're still on it, obviously, and it's a kind of a thankless job at times. You get some people irritated and after you and stuff, and you do a really good job, and it's much appreciated.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, I have the papers ready if you're willing. You ready?
Yep, ready for motion.
Okay, certificate of appointment. We hereby certify that we, the Kosciuszko County Commissioners, Kosciuszko County, Indiana, do hereby appoint Park Smith, who is a resident of Kosciuszko County, Indiana, at least 18 years of age, as a member of the Lakeland Regional Sewer District Board of Trustees to serve a term of 4 years, expiring on April 18th, 2026. Also make a motion that we hereby certify that we, the Kosciuszko County Commissioners, do hereby appoint Michael R. DeWald, who is a resident of Kosciuszko County, Indiana, at least 18 years of age, and a member of the Lakeland Regional Sewer District Board of Trustees to serve a term of 4 years, expiring April 18th, 2026. Make a motion to accept both of those.
I would second that.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thanks for
Good to
coming
see
this
you, Jim.
morning. Okay, next on our agenda, we got Okra here. I think Alex is here and Denny.
Carrie, we can sign these and get these to them later.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you for having me here today. I'm Denny Spinner. I'm the Executive Director of the Office of Community and Rural Affairs for the state of Indiana, and I represent the Lieutenant Governor Suzanne Crouch as an appointment of hers in that position, and she sends her greetings this morning. And we're here to discuss the participation of the county in the HELP program. HELP is the Hoosier Enduring Legacy Program, which is part of our office's efforts to reach out to communities and help them in various ways. You might be familiar with the Stellar program. The Stellar program was launched by Okra and the Lieutenant Governor at that time in 2011, and it was an effort to help Indiana communities recover from an economic downturn. The program allowed local units of government to dream big dreams and create aspirational projects that transform their communities. And this provided a boost to rural Indiana at the right time. Stellar was the right program at the right time for Indiana. I can attest to that. Huntingburg I was former mayor of Huntingburg before having this job with Okra, and Huntingburg was blessed to have a Stellar community designation, and it transformed our community. It's probably the reason why I'm standing here today, because it was such a transformational, not only for our community, but for me, and to be able to spread that word and help other communities to do that is why I'm here. But today, rural Indiana communities face another challenge, and that's recovering from the effects of the worldwide pandemic. Under the leadership of Lieutenant Governor Crouch, Okra was challenged to create a new program to meet those needs. When we heard of the ARPA funds that were coming out and that were there, we on our first day after that, as an Okra staff, we surveyed local government leaders like the commissioners and the mayors and the town boards across the state. And we asked them, what's Okra's role in this now? What can we do for you now? And local leaders were faced with properly and effectively utilizing those funds from the American Rescue Plan. And they were seeking guidance from Okra to create legacy programs and sustain communities for years to come. So as I came into this office, one thing I had to learn was acronyms. As a mayor, I knew a lot of them, but as a state government official, boy, there was a book about this big.
Yeah.
And now I can say I'm officially a state government official because I created an acronym, the HELP program, the Hoosier Enduring Legacy Program. And HELP was an opportunity to promote stability in Indiana communities and make them more resilient to economic downturn in the future. HELP melds the pillars of what Okra's Stellar initiative was, into a program that capitalizes on the success of previous efforts and addresses current environment needs of Hoosier communities. The new program supports cities, towns, and counties directly by building capacity, by creating a peer network between communities and participants in the program. We develop a strategic investment plan and providing access to set aside funding to implement those projects in the investment plan. HELP is a 52-week process culminating in that strategic investment plan. And through the program, Okra is engaging with some tremendous resources here in the state of Indiana to help us in this process. The Purdue Center for Regional Development, the Indiana University Center for Rural Engagement, the Ball State University Indiana Communities Institute, and the Ivy Tech Community College are all partners with us and with you to steer communities through the process of project identification and prioritization along 4 main pathways. These pathways were identified not only as part of Stellar in previous efforts, but also directly to what ARPA says these funds can be used for. So the clear pathways that we wanted to work on with the help of these universities was advancing e-connectivity, enhancing the quality of life, promoting community wellness, and strengthening local economy. Those are all things that are directly mentioned in ARPA as things that these funds can be used for. So we know that you are working already with the Northeast region as part of the READY program. And there is a connection between READY and HELP. We believe that being as designated as a help community will help strengthen your opportunity to participate in Ready, not only this round, but I believe it's going to be a program we're going to see have a long-lasting effect. There'll be other opportunities for Ready to happen and affect Kosciuszko County, and help will make you ready. I came up with that. I can't believe that. So the help process is done, it supports the county by giving you tools to critically think about your previous plans. It helps you look at the community through an equity lens, through resources that we have, and engage a diverse and creative community into this engagement. It'll give you confidence, I think, to fully leverage the coronavirus relief funds to meet your needs in your communities. And in the long term, we believe that participation and help will empower your community to establish systems that encourage success not only through this process, but for processes in the future as you take on similar challenges in your community. Kosciuszko County was chosen as a help recipient and has hired their community coordinator to assist in facilitating the program. That was one of the things we heard loud and clear, helping build capacity, of having somebody that can help guide this process. You all have other jobs, you all keep busy with other things, and having someone who's focused on this effort and working on that, it was a real something that we heard loud and clear as we developed the program. And we're pleased to be working with Amy Rowe, who is here with us this morning, and helping us roll out this program. The reasons, as we looked at the applicants, there were some things in your application that stood out that we wanted to, that was one of the reasons why you were selected to participate. One of those was the desire to create a lasting impact. That's part of that acronym, legacy. We believe that this is a chance to maybe do something with funds. I hope that we never have funds like this again because of a pandemic or a disaster of some kind. But the opportunity to create legacy programs, legacy projects is something that we're very much a part of this, and that was clear in your application that was what you wanted to do for your county. Building technical capacity in the local communities. So many of these smaller communities that are part of the program do not have the capacity to have someone to guide this type of work on a regular basis. And so that was one of the things that was in your application that really stood out, that you wanted to create an opportunity for the communities around the county to get support where they needed. And of course, high quality hometowns. That's a strong belief of mine. I come from a community of about 7,000, and I know what it's like to have a vibrant and engaged hometown. And there's reasons why people still live in these rural communities in Indiana. And if we can help them identify those and build on those successes and build on those strengths while taking on the challenges that are there in small towns at the same time, that's a great thing. And that was clearly part of your application and why you were chosen to be part of this first cohort group. Again, this is an opportunity for the community to take full advantage of the rescue plan and plan for those dollars appropriately to establish legacy, to establish ownership, and to establish sustainability of those programs. So this is a very exciting time for us. Lieutenant Governor Crouch has long been an advocate of collaboration. She talks about collaboration in rural Indiana almost every time I'm with her. And we believe that the collaboration that's going to go on, not only here in the county for this HELP project, but with the other participants in HELP. Jay County and Auburn are in the same cohort group with Kosciuszko County. And there's things that we're working together to reach out to each other and help each other learn how to do this well. With me today from our office and working closely with the community and coordinating the help is Alexander Taylor. Alex is our Community and Economic Development Manager, and Allie Daughtry is Okra's Northeast Liaison. She's here as well, and they've got a packet for you that we'll hand out here in just a few minutes, just to help you give you an update on what's happening specifically here in the county. Andrea Kern is our Director of Strategic Initiatives in the office, and she's helping lead the HELP initiative, and her contact information is also going to be in that packet that we give you. Again, I just wanted to thank you for your participation, to encourage you in what's going on. We're into this about 3 months, and you're leading the way for other communities in Indiana. This is a learning experience for all of us on how to implement this program. I was mentioned to the commissioner, my role was as a mayor, and I understood the city government side of things, but this opportunity to work with six of our 9 participants, our county governments, And this is really exciting for me. It gives me an opportunity to understand better how communities and counties work together and how Okra can be a better partner to all those local units of government that we serve. So on behalf of the Lieutenant Governor, I congratulate you on your work so far, and I'm excited about being here, and I hope that Okra can help Kosciuszko grow and thrive. So thank you very much for your time and your attention this morning. If there's any questions you have, I'd be glad, if I can't answer them, I'll ask Alex. So he probably knows.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank you and your team for coming here this morning and kind of giving us an update and taking time out of your busy schedule. Let us know. And I know these guys, I've been a little more of an active role in the help loan program. And when I seen it out there and knowing what some of our rural communities were lacking, I mean, it just was written all over it that this was something that could really help our county. So excited to be part of the group here, and hopefully we're going to see some great projects. I know Amy's doing a great job. I know sometimes it's a little bit like herding cats, but we're making lots of progress. So
Collaboration is not easy, but
Yeah.
but I think the tools are in place and the systems are in place that I think we're going to see some
Yep.
exciting things come
Yep.
out of this
Yep.
this proposal. So.
gentlemen, have any questions?
I don't have anything. I just appreciate you being here and explaining things a little better to us. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you again on my behalf. It kind of appears to me as though, long as the ARPA money holds out, we got great things to do, right?
Well, again, this is,
When the
you know,
money runs out, we're-
Well, it's like all things, you're taking advantage of the opportunity that lies in front of you. And
There you
again,
go.
I hope we don't have to come back for another opportunity like this when we get these funds, but if they're
agree.
here, let's use them and let's use them well,
There you
right?
go.
But I do think that it's going to build that capacity, even if these funds are gone as we move forward. I mean, that's my goal,
Right.
is we're really helping these communities have the capacity that they can do with projects in the future as well. So,
Again, thank you, and on behalf of the Lieutenant Governor, we thank you for your participation, and I know that she's already asked me when can she come up and see what's going on. I've said at other times as a director, I love starting things and being, there for ribbon cuttings, but, or for groundbreakings, but I love completed projects a lot better, and I know that when we get to that point, the Lieutenant Governor will be coming your way to see the work that you're doing,
Yeah.
so congratulations again. Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Okay, next on our agenda, Alan, you got an update for us from Kidco?
I'll be brief, be brilliant, and be long.
Just must have taken notes from me. How you doing, Alan?
Well, good morning. If I could just foot stomp, I mean, the importance of a program like HELP and really for the county to step forward and take the initiative to help to really make it possible for us to pursue that program. It's about building capacity so we can do more. I think about our county is, I think, twice as big as DeKalb County and maybe 3 times as big as Jay County. There are at least that many more opportunities here, if not exponentially more. So we want to make sure we just don't miss opportunities around the 4 areas that the director spoke about, as well as just helping to build our team so we can support the towns, work with the city, work with the county, all of our great partners. And so I have a few updates to share as a quarterly report from KEDCO, but certainly, again, just appreciate all the work that has gone in so far to the HELP initiative. I'm going to go from top left around clockwise to bottom. So as a reminder, our 2022 work plan, we're doing the basics, working with our companies, with our communities, but also establishing specific initiatives around entrepreneurship, housing, and talent. Those are the 3 things we believe really are the areas of strength we can build around, but also the things that will help us, really be successful working with our companies, working with our communities, and making sure we keep, if you could use the analogy, turning the flywheel of seeing more success. And we're beginning to even translate that into a 4-year growth plan to really help to lay out at a higher level, where do we want to be in 4 years? What is our edge going to be? What's that moonshot we're aiming toward in terms of the transformative projects, the legacy investments, the things that we can really rally around as a county? And so look for more from us and from our team as far as how we organize and help to bring some effort toward that. On our operations, just a couple things to report. I do want to make sure to highlight and thank the town of Leesburg for coming on board with a contract with us. We continue to look for more opportunities to work throughout the county with every town, from the smallest to the largest, to make sure we are being responsive, but appreciate the town of Leesburg stepping forward this year and joining with us. We are working through a transition on our entrepreneurship initiative. Our entrepreneurship partner, Rhonda, who is, I think, even been here with commissioners before, has moved on to a full-time role with the Northeast Indiana Innovation Center in Fort Wayne. Good news is she is still available as a resource for us, but we are working through how we staff up the entrepreneurship initiative going forward. And the third thing I do want to make sure to report, I'm always appreciative of the county's investment, KEDCO, the city of Warsaw's investment, the towns and others, but we are continuing to work to build our private sector support. We want to see the private sector partners meet that county and city and town commitment and help us provide the rocket fuel, if you will, for the work we have ahead of us. So last 90 days, we focused on a couple things. I mean, we have started sponsoring office hours with the alphabet soup of economic development partners we have to work with. We host Okra for office hours every other month. We host IEDC, the State Economic Development Organization. We host the Indiana Health Industry Forum. We host AgriNovus. I mean, really helping to bring those experts to our community and have them here, boots on ground, so to speak, to meet with companies, meet with our communities, and really help to make sure we're not missing opportunities to connect the good things that are happening here to the great resources we have around the state. And so it's been a big area of focus for us, as well as our ongoing series of events and meetings we plan to bring together business and community leaders. So the elected officials roundtable, the CEO roundtable, agribusiness and medical device roundtables. It has been impressive to me to see those groups come together. And even if I could just use the medical device roundtable, that there isn't necessarily another place that people working in the orthopedic sector see each other on a regular basis, but for us creating an opportunity for them to get together, even just know kind of who's working on what kind of suppliers and partnerships might be out there to work with. And so that really helps us understand where the needs are, how can we step in and support the industries. And so that helps us then create the pipeline of job creation and investment projects. And I'm very excited about the opportunities ahead of us with companies in the area considering plans to continue to grow and invest in our community. We know that companies have decisions to make about whether to invest or not, as well as whether to put those investments here or elsewhere. So we wanted to make sure we're doing all we can, and that's really our responsibility, is to make sure we understand where the needs and opportunities are and how we can work with the county and other partners to make the choice as easy as possible to invest here. And then the next 90 days, a specific highlight on our entrepreneurship initiative. Very, very excited about the momentum we're seeing. The announcement, I guess, today, and I'll have more on this to follow, we are ready to launch that MedTech Accelerator Studio. I made a request to the commissioners and council a few months ago for some funding. Appreciate the support of the funding. We're ready to launch the program, so we'll have more details to share. But again, that's an important way for us to begin to build a pipeline of startup companies here and startup activity, more entrepreneurship activity that continues to grow the MedTech, what I call the MedTech focus that supports the orthopedic sector. So what does that mean? It means not necessarily implants and instruments, things that we're great at, as much as the virtual reality, as much as the data analytics, the wearables, things that are important to the industry that they don't necessarily do in their four walls or here. And we want to make sure we can encourage more of that activity here. IP matchmaking program, another new one for us, helping to really just I use the analogy of the high school dance. I mean, we've got companies over here that have intellectual property they're not using, companies over here that have capacity to develop new stuff. Let's put them together and see how we can have more development and new product development activity here in the county. And then working on plans for a temporary incubation space, just to have some kind of front door for entrepreneurs in the community. It's not the long-term solution, but to have something at least by mid-year. So when we launch this MedTech program, the accelerator, we'll have a place to have the meetings. If those companies need an office or two, we'll have a place for them to lease offices. So that's in the works as well. So a lot to do, quick snapshot, but again, appreciate the support and investment from the county. There's great opportunities ahead of us. It's just a matter of us, hitting the mark and make sure we do all we can.
Gentlemen?
Questions?
Thanks, Alan.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
On your next 90 days entrepreneurship sector, do you have a location finalized? You say you're finalizing plans for temporary incubator space. Do you have a spot for that, or is that?
We're looking at a few locations here in downtown Warsaw to have something kind of in proximity to our office, to the amenities we have in the area. And if there's people that need space outside of Warsaw proper, we can help find offices elsewhere as well. But can't announce yet where it will be, still working through the details.
That's one question. Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
Thanks, Alan. Appreciate
Much
all your
appreciate
work.
it.
Thanks.
Okay, next on the agenda, we got Sheriff's Office. We got Shane Booger this morning.
Good morning.
Good
Morning,
morning.
Shane.
I come before you with 3 grant requests. The first one is our Chirp Save grant, which we've been doing for the last few years. It's a federal reimbursement grant for the amount of $12,500. This grant, the Save Grant program, allows the sheriff's office to patrol bus routes to end stop arm violations that place our children in danger in the county. Deputies will be allowed to work this overtime during the morning hours of 6 to 10 and in the afternoon from 2 to 6 and patrol bus routes and provide enforcement to any violations that they observe. That's my first grant that I proposed to you guys.
That's the Chirp grant,
Chirp Save Grant, yep,
and that's a reimbursable grant?
yes.
If you want to, we can go through all 3 of them and do in one motion.
I would.
Okay. Yep.
Do all 3 of them? All right. Well, the other 2 are body cam grants. Those will allow the sheriff's office to replenish our body worn cameras that we currently have in service and nearly ending their life period. We will replace the body cams with the most current body worn camera systems, the same or similar models that we currently are using. The body cams that we have right now are fast approaching the end of their lives and starting to fail within the last few months. So our first grant was through the state of Indiana. It's a state grant reimbursement for the amount of $16,000. It's a matching amount, which will pay for the $8,000 out of commissary. Well, all these grants, the next 2 will be matching grants, so we'll go through commissary. And then the second one is a federal grant through the rural tribal agency. That one is a federal grant, like I said, for reimbursement matching for the amount of $4,900.
Okay. Okay, Sarah, gentlemen, have any questions?
I don't have any questions.
Not, I'll look for a motion.
I'd make a motion that we approve all 3 grants.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
All right, thank you, greatly appreciate it.
Thanks, Shane.
Next on our agenda this morning, Marcia, you got a couple of these I think are yours, right?
Yes, the first one, Advanced Products Group, New Paris Telephone. This is a maintenance agreement for our new phone system. We've just finally got the last of the installations done this past month, and so it's time to implement the maintenance agreement, which covers service including labor and parts. It's in the amount of $15,264.
Okay. Look for a motion to approve.
So moved.
For how, that's annually or one time?
It's an annual.
Yeah. Every
Making sure
year.
it was monthly. Okay, hearing that, I'll second that motion.
So we got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, Mayor Cronet then.
Okay, the next one is Metronet, and this is for the Public Safety Communications Project. This is to connect the dispatch center with our central tower site out at the Highway Department. This is to make the system totally redundant. We'll have microwave connection, and this will be the fiber connection. If we don't have the redundancy, if we only have one of these and one goes down, then we don't have the dispatch center functional. So there are no installation fees with this. We did go out and solicit bids from Zayo, which was formerly IFN, and their monthly fee was $2,300 for a 20-year contract. And Metronet prefers to do only a 10-year agreement, which is $825 a month. So as I said, this will connect the system, the dispatch center, and make it totally redundant.
This is dark fiber, so
Yes,
it'll be
this is
dedicated
dark,
lines.
yeah, this is dark fiber, it's not lit fiber. The dark fiber means that dispatch it'll be solely the counties, there won't be anyone else on that.
Pretty big savings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was $2,300 a month with the other company that we worked with.
So it's $1,500 a month savings. I would make motion to accept your request for service agreement with Metronet.
Second?
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other office holder this morning have anything to bring for the commissioners? Okay. Ed?
We have a bid opening for the fire alarm system. The first one is Corson Fire and Security. The bid amount for Corson is $89,748. Second one is from Priority One. We only have two. Now, they've done us the favor of taping this. This is, you have the knife.
Don't cut yourself.
Yeah,
If you lend an attorney a knife and he cuts himself, can he sue you?
it'll make the news.
It's your knife, Brad, not mine. Don't blow the camera.
And that bid from Priority is $176,586. We'll take those under consideration and make a recommendation. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ed. Marcia, you have anything else this morning?
No, I do not, thank you.
Okay.
How'd you get in there? So
Michelle?
popped your head.
Okay. County Highway.
People, right? Here's Stephen. Morning, Steve.
Morning, Steve.
Good morning.
I have a few things to bring before you today. The first thing I'd like to have is your approval for the NDOT LPA contract between NDOT and us for the right-of-way services for Bridge 161, which is at 200 South over Walnut Creek. And what this is just making sure that NDOT and us are coordinating, and this is part of the 80-20 matching grant for that bridge.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we accept his request.
Second?
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor say, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
The other thing that I bring in front of you today is I'd like your approval for our annual report for 2021. This is a report from last year that we submit to Indiana LTAB. It's a state statute that we do this, and we do it every year and go through and just break down what we've cost that we've spent.
What was the total miles that you touched last year?
Over 127 miles, I believe, that we had paved, chip sealed, or pugged, which is over 10%
Yep.
of our.
So that's always our
or
target's at
darn
10%.
close. Yeah.
So,
No.
great.
Make a motion, we accept the report?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay.
This year, currently, I'd put in for an excavator to be purchased. And with the way that the economy is today, it's hard to find one that's available. We did get a call the other week that there is one available to put us on the list for. So I would like the approval to buy a CAT excavator 315. That's through Sourcewell Contracting. It's $245,900. But going through Sourcewell and municipality, we saved over $45,586, plus an additional $25,832 we saved through McAllister's discount as well.
And the reason you're wanting this excavator, Steve, tell us a little bit.
We were planning on replacing our excavator. We have two excavators. They're both bought in 2003. So they're almost 10 years old. And going through and looking at those, we wanted to bump one size up because last year, we've done some small structures and we've had to rent equipment, and hiring that job out almost cost us a little over double. So with us doing the own work and getting a bigger excavator, we can do the work, and it saves the county money in the long term because we can put all those small structures in ourselves.
When we were talking before, Steve, you'd mentioned something to me about the cost savings on one in particular. I forget, it was pretty
Yeah.
astronomical.
County Farm Road on 650, cost us over $171,000. We did one that was very comparable, and we did it ourselves with renting the machine, and it was just under 71,000 in general, not 171,000. So the cost savings by owning our own, and plus we're not going up tremendously to a big one, we're going to a mid-size from a small one, but a mini. And I think in the long run, this will save the county money, plus we need one anyway.
If you had
I
3 of
understand.
those jobs, it would pay for itself.
Yeah, well, we're doing
more
5
than
this
pay for
year,
itself.
so 5
I
small
understand
ones.
also, Steve, this particular machine has electronics built into it where you can program your work site. So if you have overhead power lines or cable lines, you can program that in, and when your excavator gets close to that, it'll not hit those lines.
Yeah.
And, well, if you hit those power lines once, it's too many times. So
Yeah.
this equipment brings us further in the technology of operation of equipments and keeps our people safe. So that alone, in my estimation, is a good enough reason. And you already have it budgeted, so that's a plus on top, so
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions, gentlemen? If not, I'll look for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Hey, thank you
Steve.
very much.
You're welcome very much.
Okay, is there any other business coming before the commissioners this morning? Room's getting empty, so I think we're,
Must be getting close to
must
the
be getting
end.
close to the end.
The faithful of
We'll
Steve.
see all you guys back here on April 26th. Have a great day. Enjoy the sunshine.
The recording has stopped.
Yes, I replied that I got it. I replied.